Brighton versus Man United delivered exactly the kind of drama Premier League fans live for. From intense midfield battles to late-match chaos, this game had everything: pressure, controversy, missed chances, and a dramatic ending that once again raised big questions about Manchester United, while proving why Brighton continued to surprise English football. Coming into the match, Manchester United were under pressure to keep momentum alive and strengthen their position in the table. But Brighton had their own agenda. Playing with confidence, energy, and belief, they looked like a side that knew they could hurt United. And honestly, recent history supported that confidence because Brighton had become one of the most difficult opponents for Manchester United in recent seasons. Right from the opening whistle, Brighton showed bravery on the ball. They pressed aggressively, moved the ball quickly through midfield, and forced United into uncomfortable positions. Manchester United had moments where they looked dangerous, especially on the counterattack, but Brighton controlled large parts of the tempo. One of the biggest talking points in this Brighton versus Man United clash was how Brighton dominated possession without losing their attacking threat. Roberto De Zerbi's style, and later the tactical identity Brighton continued building, has completely transformed the club. They no longer play like underdogs afraid of the big teams. Instead, they attack with confidence and force opponents to react. Manchester United did create opportunities, though. There were moments when it looked like Erik ten Hag's side might steal the result. Their forwards found space behind Brighton's defensive line, and transitions looked dangerous at times. But once again, the problem for United was finishing. The final pass lacked precision. The movement inside the box wasn't always sharp enough, and Brighton's defensive organization stayed disciplined under pressure. As the match continued, tension kept building. Brighton pushed harder. The crowd became louder, and every attack started to feel dangerous. United defenders were forced deeper and deeper, and you could sense the pressure growing with every minute. Then came the moment that changed everything. Late in the game, inside stoppage time, Brighton won a crucial set piece that led to one final attack into the Manchester United penalty area. The ball came into the box. There was chaos among defenders, and after a VAR review, the referee pointed to the spot for a handball. It was absolute heartbreak for Manchester United fans. The pressure on the penalty taker was enormous, but Brighton kept their composure. The penalty was converted. The stadium exploded, and Brighton secured a dramatic victory in the final moments of the match. That late goal completely changed the mood around both clubs. For Brighton, it was another statement win against one of England's biggest teams. For Manchester United, it felt like another painful example of missed opportunities and defensive lapses costing them important points. One of the reasons Brighton versus Man United has become such an exciting fixture is because Brighton no longer fear the occasion. A few years ago, matches against Manchester United felt predictable. Now, Brighton approach these games believing they're the better footballing side, and in many moments, they actually look like it. The match also highlighted the difference in identity between the two clubs right now. Brighton looked clear in their system. Every player understands their role. The pressing patterns, passing combinations, and movement all look connected. Manchester United, meanwhile, still appear inconsistent. Some moments look brilliant, but other moments feel disorganized and reactive. Fans online were divided after the match. Some blamed the referee decisions. Others criticized United's inability to control games. And many praised Brighton for playing fearless football once again. But one thing most people agreed on was this: Brighton deserved respect for the way they performed. This result also added more pressure to Manchester United's season. Every drop point matters in the Premier League, especially when competition for European places becomes intense. Losing in the final moments hurts even more because it feels avoidable. For Brighton supporters, though, nights like this are special. Beating Manchester United is no longer treated like a miracle. It's becoming part of a growing culture belief inside the club. The fans celebrated wildly because they know their team is competing with the biggest clubs in England on pure football quality, not just emotion. And that's what made Brighton versus Man United such a fascinating match. It wasn't just about one goal or one decision. It was about two clubs moving in very different directions emotionally and tactically. Brighton looked confident and fearless, while Manchester United once again left the pitch searching for answers. If this game proved anything, it's that Brighton are no longer outsiders in these big matches. They are competitors. And every time they face Manchester United, it now feels like anything can happen.